On today's episode of Notable New England, we'll start as always with some wicked light bites, community-oriented stories and happenings from each New England state. Then I've put together a list of some fun summer events and activities taking place in New England that you are sure to want to get to. Stay tuned for a fun episode. Hello, lovely listeners. I recorded this episode right before I took off for my adventure in Ireland. So as you're listening to this, I'm actually overseas, but I'll be back in the States toward the end of the month. I'm so grateful to be able to take this vacation and to have time to hang with fellow musicians I came with. And we're going to be exploring Donegal, Sligo, Derry, and Westport. I'm really excited. Now, when this episode releases, it will have already been the first day of summer. I've got some recommendations for fun events across New England that'll be happening this summer. So hopefully this will give you some ideas on things that you can do to explore our region and get out into community with others. But before we do that, let's start off with Wicked Light Bites, community-oriented stories and happenings from each New England state. The Franklin Youth Hockey Association in Franklin, Massachusetts has started a new hockey club called the Junior Panthers in partnership with Franklin High School and the South Coast Hockey League. And it's designed to give kids who want to play the sport access who may not have been able to due to cost or games being far away. The club says, quote, "We feel that all kids who wish to play should have a home without the high cost and pressure that has forced 70% of kids to quit the sport by the age of 13. This is a real answer to that very real issue we're all facing today. We will be planning a jersey pickup pizza party and open skate in August for our inaugural season of Junior Panthers starting in September." Marty Van Buren, the program director for the Junior Panthers Hockey Club, says, quote, "This has been a program I've wanted to create for a couple of years, so we're very excited to be able to make it a reality this upcoming season." For more information on the program, you can email jrpanthers@franklinflyers.org. And I will put that in the show notes. This information comes from an article by Alan Earls of the Franklin Observer. New Hampshire Public Radio is kicking off a new gardening segment called Homegrown New Hampshire on July 5th. It's a new weekly segment offering Granite Staters practical and timely garden tips. Homegrown New Hampshire features expert horticulturist Emma Erler in conversation with NHPR's Jessica Hunt, and they talk about ecological gardening, native plants, pollinators, and sustainable practices, all rooted in New Hampshire's unique growing conditions. It's produced in partnership with Kirkwood Gardens at Squam Lakes Natural Science Center and aims to reach both beginning gardeners as well as old pros. It'll air weekly at 8:35 a.m. during the weekend edition program, and they will be putting the segments on Apple Podcasts after the launch. NHPR's Homegrown New Hampshire says that their mission is to inform, engage, and connect communities through lifelong learning and a deeper appreciation for the natural beauty found in our own backyards and window boxes. Information for this story comes from NHPR's staff. Calling all wine aficionados. How would you like to own a winery in Maine? The oldest in the state, Bartlett Maine Estate Winery in Gouldsboro, Maine, is for sale. Founded in 1983 by Bob and Kathy Bartlett, this iconic estate didn't just produce award-winning fruit wines and spirits, they actually pioneered the wine industry in Maine. In fact, Bob Bartlett literally helped write the law that made winemaking legal in the state. Best known for their blueberry wine, Bartlett Winery has since expanded into a full suite of artisan spirits, including the acclaimed Rusticator rum. The property spans 20 wooded acres and includes 2 separate entrances. One welcomes guests with a serene moss-lined path to the tasting room and production house, complete with the owner's residence above. The other leads to the estate's working distillery, storage, and operations center. Included in the sale is the land, the buildings, the equipment, the inventory, and the name. If you've got $1,795,000, it could be yours. Information comes from LoopNet. Dine al fresco on Federal Hill in Providence, Rhode Island. Over 30 restaurants in the Italian neighborhood have expanded their dining options to include outdoor seating, and there's live music, artistic performers, and vendors. Dining hours are 5 p.m. to 12 a.m. every Saturday until September 6th. Mangia! This information comes from Carl Sisson at WPRI 12. 10 new names have been added to Hartford, Connecticut's Black Heroes Trail. The Black Heroes Trail was established in 2023 to honor Black history in Hartford and the legacy many have created. The new names added were journalist William Lou Brown, community leader Ella Little Cromwell, actor Eric LaSalle of ER fame and one of my favorite movies, Coming to America, businessman and community leader Richard Weaver Bay, advocate and community leader Denise Napier, businessman and realtor Louis E. Allen, jazz musician John Lenwood Jackie McLean, drummer, educator, and historian Alvin Abu Carter Sr., and community leader Evelyn Renee Richardson. Quote, greatness can rise from Albany Ave and the Greater Hartford area, Corey Betts of the Greater Hartford NAACP said. Hartford City Council President Shirley Surgeon said, quote, I couldn't be here if not for our people that walked before us. This information comes from Melissa Cooney of NBC Connecticut. A new museum celebrating local history in Bellows Falls, Vermont has opened. The Bellows Falls Historical Society is now going to be housing a collection of Abenaki artifacts, art from local painters, never before seen historic photos, and old yearbooks in the old Bocelli's restaurant on Canal Street. The Historical Society's Kathy Bergman says, quote, since we moved into this space, we've been able to unbox things, we've been able to archive them digitally. We're very excited because we found things that we didn't know we had, some of them real treasures. As the museum is staffed by volunteers, regular hours have not been determined yet. The Bellows Falls Historical Society also operates the Frank Adams Grist Mill in town, which is open on Saturdays and Sundays. This information comes from a story by the WCAX3 team. Up after the break, I'll be back with a slew of fun summer events, festivals, and happenings all over New England that you'll definitely not want to miss. You're listening to Notable New England. If you're listening to this podcast, chances are you've got a soft spot for this beautiful corner of the country. Maybe you're a proud New Englander, just like me. Maybe you used to call this place home and want to stay connected. Or maybe you're just simply curious about the people, places, and stories that make New England so special. However you found your way here, thank you. I created Notable New England with one simple goal in mind, and that is to build community. I want to spark curiosity about the towns and trails right outside your door, introduce you to some truly remarkable neighbors, and share the rich history and natural beauty that make this region one of a kind. This podcast is a passion project. It's just me, a microphone, and a deep love for the stories that connect us. If you'd like to help me keep it going, I'd love to invite you to become a sustaining member on Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, that's less than a cup of coffee anywhere, you'll help cover the costs of research, recording, and production. No fancy studio here. I'm just a one-woman show doing it all behind the scenes. You can explore the membership tiers at patreon.com/Notable New England. Members get early ad-free access to episodes, exclusive Notable New England merch, and other fun extras. So check it out at patreon.com/Notable New England. Prefer a one-time gesture of support? That's just as meaningful. You can head to buymeacoffee.com/Notable New England. And yes, I will shout you out in the podcast as a thank you. So to give that one-time gesture of support, again, visit buymeacoffee.com/Notable New England. And if supporting financially isn't in the cards right now, that is completely okay. You can still make a huge difference by leaving a 5-star review, sharing the podcast with friends, or simply tuning in to each episode. No matter how you choose to support the show, I'm deeply grateful because of you, my lovely listeners. This is why this podcast exists. Let's keep celebrating this remarkable region and each other one story at a time. Summer is here. We have sunlight for longer periods, at least for a while. And let's hope nice weather and not as much rain as we've been having each weekend. I wanted to gather a list of fun things happening this summer all over New England so you can get out and explore and maybe try something you haven't ever done before, or maybe something that piques your interest versus the same old, same old. I will put links to all of these items in the show notes, so be sure to go there for anything that you want more information on. I've chosen 3 events or activities from each New England state, and obviously there's an abundance of awesomeness that goes on all over New England for the summer. So this list is meant to inspire you, and maybe you'll find some other cool things to try too. Let's kick things off in Maine. Windjammer Days is the kickoff to summer in the Boothbay region of Maine. Maritime history is honored and celebrated for the vital role it plays in the community. Events include the decorated boat parade, gathering of the fleet, Pirates of the Dark Rose, codfish races, a street parade, fireworks over the water, a vintage boat parade and party, an artist alley featuring the works of local artists, and much more. This year is the festival's 63rd year, and it starts running now, June 22nd through Saturday, June 28th in Boothbay Harbor, Maine. It's a ton of fun for adults and kids alike. If you love blues music, you'll have to get to the North Atlantic Blues Festival in Rockland, Maine, July 12th and 13th. The festival is held at the public landing in Rockland, Maine, which overlooks Rockland Harbor. It's a beautiful setting, and in addition to all-day entertainment, there are vendors selling a wide array of food, drinks, and crafts. Saturday evening, July 12th, Main Street is closed for the Blues Festival's Club Crawl. This year's lineup includes headliners Kenny Neal on Saturday and Canned Heat on Sunday, as well as acts like the Cashbox Kings, Anika Chambers and Paul Delorier, the Blackburn Brothers, and more. The club crawl features musicians at various clubs and along Main Street in downtown Rockland. It's a great time, and you'll have fun being around fellow blues lovers at this prestigious East Coast Blues Festival. Center Street Congregational Church UCC rolls out the blue carpet each August with crafts, food, entertainment, contests, and all things blueberry. The annual Machias Wild Blueberry Festival runs August 15 through 17 this year, rain or shine. There's no admission fee, and there are lots of family-friendly events to partake in, from blueberry farm tours, a blueberry musical review, parades, a fun run, a blueberry pie eating contest, live music, and more. Celebrate the little blue fruit that put Machias on the map. If you're into classical music, you'll not want to miss the Vermont Symphony's Summer Festival Tour in Vermont, taking place from July 1st through 6th, with concerts in Castleton, Grafton, East Burke, South Pomfret, Shelburne, and Stowe. Gates open at 5:30 p.m. for each concert for picnicking, so bring some yummy food and non-alcoholic beverages to enjoy before the concert. VSO's musical petting zoo, where the audience can explore a variety of orchestral instruments, is available before the performances. The concerts start at 7:30 p.m. and are followed by fireworks. This year's program includes Tchaikovsky's Romeo and Juliet, John Williams' Star Wars theme, Leonard Bernstein's West Side Story, and pop hits such as I Put a Spell on You and Nature Boy. This summer, the VSO welcomes mezzo Nicola Prince as the tour's special guest vocalist. Oh, and the best part? Admission is free. How's that for a summer night of culture under the stars? The Fray will headline Montpelier, Vermont's Do Good Fest on July 12th, along with two-time Grammy-nominated Plain White Tees and festival favorite Sammy Ray and the Friends. In addition to the music, there will be food trucks, a beer garden, a VIP lounge area, and a fireworks display. You can also learn about local causes in the nonprofit village area. Advance tickets are required and start at $5 for a minimum donation. VIP tickets are $200, and all proceeds benefit the Vermont Food Bank to help end childhood hunger. All throughout the summer, you can catch the Vermont Lake Monsters minor league baseball team play at Millennium Park in Burlington, Vermont. Ticket prices are pretty inexpensive. I'm talking like $13 to $20 per ticket. And they offer a family-friendly atmosphere with various theme nights like Christmas in July, Star Wars night, Vermont Creamies night, Hot Dog Hysteria, and other fun themes. Check out their schedule and take the family for a night at the ball game without breaking the bank. The Newport music festivals in Newport, Rhode Island are always super popular, and it's a great time if you want to experience these world-renowned music festivals. The Newport Classical Music Festival runs July 4th through the 22nd. The Newport Folk Festival runs July 25th through July 27th, and the Newport Jazz Festival runs August 1st through August 3rd. The festivals are jam-packed with artists, and you can expect to see Jeff Tweedy from Wilco, Jack Antonoff and Bleachers, Kenny Loggins, Mary Chapin Carpenter, Public Enemy, Luke Combs, and the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, and more at the Newport Folk Fest. The Newport Jazz Festival hosts acts like The Roots, Janelle Monáe, Diane Reeves, Esperanza Spalding, De La Soul, Bella Fleck, and more. At the Classical Music Festival, you can expect to take in an opera night. Pianist Sarah Davis Buckner, 12th night performing Handel and Vivaldi, Grammy Award-winning soprano Karen Slack, and many other wonderful performers. If you love music, you'll want to check out the Newport Music Festivals for sure. Get your art on at the 62nd Annual Wickford Art Festival in Wickford, Rhode Island, July 12th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Wilson Park. The festival hosts a carefully curated selection of juried fine art by 200 renowned artists from across the state of Rhode Island and the country. Visitors will have the opportunity to engage with a diverse range of mediums, including ceramics, wood, fiber, furniture, fine jewelry, drawing, glass, mixed media, painting, photography, printmaking, and sculptures. The festival is put on by the Wickford Art Association. Admission is free, and as an added bonus, Rhode Island does not collect sales tax on fine art sales. Try some of Rhode Island's best seafood, lobsters, steamers, chowder, fish and chips, clam cakes, lobster rolls, and raw bar offerings at the Charlestown Seafood Festival, August 1, 2, and 3 at Ninigret Park in Charlestown, Rhode Island. Not only will you taste the best seafood Rhode Island offers, but there's a carnival, jugglers, clowns, performers, live music, a beer and wine tent, and fireworks. There's even a car show. It's 3 full days of fun and fish, so head there and have a ball. Celebrate the anniversary of the arrival of the Declaration of Independence to New Hampshire in 1776 at the American Independence Festival in Exeter, New Hampshire on July 12th, downtown Exeter from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Some of the festival highlights include the arrival of the Declaration and a live reading, a viewing of the original that was brought here in 1776. You can explore historic trades from 18th century artisans practicing traditional skills and crafts, learn about life as a colonial soldier from the 1st New Hampshire Regiment and other reenacting groups. You can play colonial games, dance, and listen to music. Visit the American Independence Museum galleries and historic tavern talks with George Washington, Jack Staines, and other historical interpreters. Drink a local brew in the beer garden. Admission is free. Waterville Valley Resort will be hosting the 25th Annual Chocolate Fest on Saturday, July 27th from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. You can watch the sunset across Corcoran Pond and enjoy an evening of chocolate temptations in Town Square with a free outdoor concert. Almost every type of chocolate dessert you can think of will be offered. You can pack a picnic or bring a bottle of your favorite libation and enjoy an indulgent evening in the square. Relax on Town Square's Adirondack chairs, lounge back on a blanket, or enjoy your chocolate treats with your toes in the sand. The Cheshire Fair in Swansea, New Hampshire takes place July 31st through August 3rd at the Cheshire Fairgrounds. The fair celebrates Cheshire County's strong agricultural roots and features lots of great entertainment, tractor pulls, animals, contests, a demolition derby, food, drink, and more. Bring yourself back to Renaissance times at the Midsummer Fantasy Renaissance Fair in Ansonia, Connecticut, the weekends of July 28th and 29th, July 4th through the 6th, and July 12th through the 13th. This takes place at Warsaw Park in Ansonia. Enjoy a fantasy world set up in a time long ago where elves, fairies, orcs, goblins, animalkin, dwarves, and magic are real. There's comedy, action, stage shows, music, magic, live combat, delicious food, and unique vendors. Each Saturday, they do a fire show and a pub sing as well. Tickets are $20 for adults and teens age 15 and up. Children ages 5 to 14 get in for $10, and children 4 and under are free. They do offer passes you can get that are good for the whole weekend for an additional cost, along with VIP passes. If you dig jazz music, you won't want to miss New England's largest free jazz event. The Greater Hartford Festival of Jazz takes place July 18th through the 20th and features a multitude of amazing jazz musicians and vocalists. Enjoy great food and drinks and vendors along with the music. The festival takes place in Bushnell Park in downtown Hartford, Connecticut. The Podunk Bluegrass Festival will be taking place in Goshen, Connecticut, August 7th through the 10th, and features musicians across traditional and contemporary bluegrass. You'll see seasoned performers, emerging talents, and there are lots of jam sessions, songwriting series, kids activities, food and craft vendors, and more. If you want to camp there for the entire festival, you can. This festival draws together bluegrass enthusiasts, musicians, friends, and family for a great community gathering. Head to the Berkshires and take in a concert at Tanglewood in Lenox, Massachusetts this summer. This is the Boston Symphony Orchestra's summer home, as well as the Boston Pops, and their concerts are fantastic. They also have a great lineup of artists this year, including Nas, John Batiste, James Taylor, Emmylou Harris and Graham Nash, Bonnie Raitt, and more. You can get seats in the shed, but the most fun is to get the lawn seats, which are just a little bit over $40. And you can bring your own picnic and beverages, your lawn chairs, picnic blankets and tables, and you can hang out before the concert starts. I've seen some pretty elaborate picnics there with people bringing out the sterling silver tablecloths and candles, but you don't have to be that fancy. It's such a good time and a fun way to hear live music under the stars in the beautiful Berkshires. Check out the Hyannis High Arts Artist Shanties this summer. It's a must-stop to see work that is handmade, designed, or crafted. Meet Cape Cod creatives in the heart of Hyannis's working waterfront. Over 85 artists participate all season. You'll get to see local musicians performing, and there are lots of restaurants and eateries you can stop into along the way. There are 2 locations. One is at Harbor Overlook and one at Bismore Park, and the shanties are open 7 days a week until Labor Day. There is free public parking, and you can walk around and browse to your heart's content. Not a bad way to spend some time on the Cape. Maritime enthusiasts will love the Gloucester Schooner Festival, which takes place this year, August 27th through August 31st. If you want to see the beautiful ships, take a charter, watch a race, or take a tour of some of them, you can do that and so much more. There are lots of maritime events during the weekend, and it gives you the opportunity to get up close and personal with these magnificent vessels. Well, there you have it. Some interesting and fun activities you can do this summer in New England to celebrate the cool things our region has to offer. There are so many activities you can do, and I'd love to hear from you what some of your favorite summer New England activities and events are. Chime in on our social media platforms. Notable New England can be found on Facebook, Blue Sky, and YouTube with the handle Notable New England. We're also on Instagram and Threads, and you can find us at Notable New England Pod. And on TikTok, we're at Notable NE Pod. I've made it easy for you though. Just check the show notes for clickable links to all of our social media accounts. And if you'd like to join the conversation more personally, hop on to our Patreon community chat at patreon.com/Notable New England. I'll be back on Sunday, July 6th with a brand new episode of Notable New England. Until then, get out into your community and explore all it has to offer. Meet your neighbors or join a group in your community that helps make it a better place for others. Anything you can do to foster more togetherness and less isolation is amazing. We're better humans when we work together toward a common goal than we are apart. I'll see you back here on July 6th. Take care.